Hey guys, so Libras, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again at Kate's Regretless Life. All right, so you guys, thank you so much for your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscribes. I really appreciate you guys giving my videos thumbs up if you're watching these. I really do appreciate it. It lets me know that this resonates and it gives me the encouragement to keep going. So thank you. So here's the thing. Earlier on in the week, I did a reading where I started with one card that I did a pre-shuffle with out of a new deck. I wanted to still continue to do that, but today I've expanded it. So I did a little bit bigger pre-shuffle in the earlier part of the week. I was only shuffling out of what that deck would consider the major arcanas. And now I actually incorporated the entire deck. So here's what you got for your pre-shuffle, and then we'll get into a reading where you'll see me do the shuffle. So forgive me that you don't get to see the pre-shuffle, only because I have to sit with each card first, read it, look at the symbolism, and then see how it fits together. Well, I will tell you, number one, there is just one sentence that has been like burned into my head. And it was even before the third card came out, what I kept hearing is look into my eyes, look into my eyes. But it was said like, not like look into my eyes, baby. It was said like it was like if someone could not speak it, but like implore you, and their heart could say, please look at me to see that I mean this. Look at it. Look at me to see the sincerity. Like that's the I don't know if I can explain this very well, but that's the vocal intonation that I heard. That was the purpose, I suppose, of what someone was trying to convey. But it's not like it was said, it was like it was transmitted. Okay, so I don't know if that makes any sense, but here we go. Emotional intelligence or intellect was your first card out. The 11 of water. Next to this, we've got the 10 of air, both in the upright. And then we also had love in the reverse. Okay, so here's the thing. Even first, look at just the color tones, right? We have all kinds of really soft hues, pastels, light blues, soft pinks. It's almost like a combination of like sherbet and like baby colors, right? So we have first off a reading that is needing to be handled with care. Handle this reading gently is the first message I got. Um, this is this is a vulnerable time. This is a delicate time. This is a time where this is not a passion reading. This is a reading of like the sincerity and the fragile sides of ourselves is what this is pertaining to. So let me just set the tone for the reading like that. Um, the emotional intellect card, especially combined with the 10 of air, is actually representing someone who is finally overcoming their own fears, what they've been afraid to reveal to the outside world. This is someone who's finally coming into harmony with who they authentically are. So their private self and their public self they're finally finding the courage to show that to the entire world. Now that's not easy to do, right? Because we all have a professional self, and then we have our real self. Like, I mean, take me for example. I cuss, but I don't cuss on my channel, on things, but you'd still hear from my voice who I really am. But still, I do my best to be more diplomatic. And of course, I'm not always diplomatic. This is the kind of thing where we're talking though about emotions. We're talking about the raw emotion. If somebody has put up a front for a very long time, denying themselves what they really wanted, hiding who they really loved, who they really cared about, um, that is something that they are finally coming into balance with. Other people's opinions no longer matter. And if you take a look closely, do you notice how we have that third eye hovering above both of these cards, even though these are from totally different suits, right? Water versus air, but we are talking about emotions, and now we're talking about thoughts. This is an end of a cycle where someone has held themselves back. We actually see somebody looking into the void now. We see someone who is ready to step into the next great unknown. And it's funny because this is not like a 10 of Swords card. There's not an acknowledgement of hurt and pain. All of this entire reading is like we've already gone beyond the hurt and pain, and we're shifting into the energy of setting ourselves free and moving into what we authentically want. This is also, you see the kind of like dragon combined with like a lion down here. We actually see somebody who is ready to reach out for their dreams, being divinely guided. Now, there is another message in this, though, because sometimes we also have to release something. We have to let go of negativity. We have to let go of something that is perhaps not emotionally fulfilling for us. So someone may be doing that. Someone is truly letting go of something that maybe they've held back a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, and they're finally, opening up about that and releasing that, letting go of hurt and pain. This can also pertain to somebody who is releasing a situation that has not been satisfying. But this is, any way we slice it, this is somebody becoming more authentic with their emotions. And then to see the love card in the reverse, this is the part that says, if we have been holding back from something that we really wanted because, we continuously have this running dialogue in our mind that I can't have that. It's not going to work out for me. There's no way that great love could be mine. There's no way that person would still want me. There's no way that I could have this. This is actually the time to say hush. Hush to the negativity. No, any way we slice it, this is saying hush to the negativity. So we have somebody who is finding courage to step into something that is authentic for them. It is an emotional, fulfilling situation. And the last thing that I want to mention here is we've seen the third eye, the intuition guiding somebody through their emotions and through their expression and their thoughts. And now with this love card, now do you notice it's the heart chakra that's opened up? Now we talk about somebody who is addressing the last component of this, which is, do I deserve love? Can I have this love? What do I need to embrace, or what do I need to clean out that's been a blockage? So this is a situation where I don't know if this is for you or for someone else or for the two of you, but it is a time frame of gently letting go. And the way we let go is to actually embrace what we authentically really want for ourselves, if that makes sense. So it's not just about what we release. It's about saying, no, I want to be happy. And so I'm moving into happiness. So it's more about where we're going than what we're letting go of. Okay, so we just got the Eight of Swords that came out upside down. And not only that, but it came out upside down and it kind of like angled itself so it was half upright, meaning, at an angle. Still upside down though, leaning up against the emotional intelligence. Somebody's getting unstuck. The feeling of being vulnerable and revealing, taking off our mask. Someone is ready to do that. They don't care. And in fact, that is the other thing that the book said is, on that card in particular, I'm going to show the world who I really am. I'm going to show the world who I really love. I'm going to be what I authentically am. And if you don't like that, I don't care. I don't need to please everybody anymore. So somebody is really finding a certain amount of courage to do and be and say what they authentically are. That doesn't mean I'm going to suddenly start cussing on my channel. But I feel like somebody out there is just going to be, wow, going to be themselves. Libras, this could be, if it's not you who's taking this action toward what you authentically want, it's somebody taking this action toward you. Somebody is being guided by the desire of what they really truly want for themselves. The Sun card, they have vibrancy, they have, now we're getting into some passion, okay? We started out with a tender energy. We started out with somebody who is finding their footing and becoming authentic and taking off the mask and moving toward what they really want. And now we have somebody who is releasing themselves from whatever this stuck place was, whatever this vulnerability, whatever judgments had been passed on them that made them always feel like one wrong step and the world is going to, say harsh things to them. Maybe somebody had always been under somebody else's scrutiny. We don't realize that sometimes people have very demanding like they live in a situation where there are so many demands and so much, like, I'm going to say, misuse of power. Someone may have always been held under someone else's authority. Doesn't matter how grown up we are, we can find ourselves under other people's authority mentally, right? Because we've been programmed that way. If somebody had been programmed to always push away what they were told they can't have, isn't good for them, someone else made decisions for them, all those types of things. This is somebody finally saying, I don't care if this person isn't the right culture for your opinion. It's about my heart, not yours. Or I don't care if they're a different religion. That's who I love. That's what I want. So this is somebody going toward what they authentically want. Now, this does not have to be a romantic reading, but it does look like it is. But it could be simply choosing the things that authentically make one individual happy. Okay, so the things that we love can be activities that we love, or the friends group that we have, or whatever it may be. This is somebody, though, choosing love, choosing to silence the voices in their head that said that they can't have that. This is somebody taking off their mask. This is somebody who is setting themselves free, and it's very clear what direction they're going. The Sun card in the upright, somebody is it's like the energy that they have for this, they're no longer thinking, they're acting, if that makes sense. The time for all the thoughts and finally hearing their intuition and finally setting themselves free, once we are set free, all of a sudden it's like this person's energy has like increased. Now they're able to go after what they want, and they see so clearly that this happiness is within their grasp. Somebody is choosing to be happy. Now, this Knight of Cups is somebody coming in to make a love offer. And even though it comes in as a knight, which, lots of times we talk about it being immature, this person is riding a seahorse. The seahorse is mate for life. This is not an insignificant knight. This is not somebody who's coming in like, here I am to save the day. It's not like that. It's actually somebody showing up with this energy of, I'm serious about this. There's there's not there's not a question in my mind as to what I want. And apparently they want somebody who they view as single, independent, someone who we got to ask more about this Queen of Wands, but if this is representing you today, Libra, um you, in someone's eyes, you are a little mysterious. You may know more than what you let on. You have perhaps learned how to guide yourself, be a little aloof, keep some distance, keep some boundaries. If someone crosses those boundaries, you push them right back. No, you don't do that. You don't come toward me like that. That's inappropriate. I'm respected. That's how I'll be treated. I'll be respected. And I feel like that is something that they both admire and are drawn to about you. I feel as if whoever this is who sees you this way, they don't want to trespass on you. They know that they know that you could burn them with the sun if you wanted to, because you've got your own inner fire. You don't have to show that, but you could if you need to. So you best approach me with a respectful attitude. You don't come at me with angry words. You don't come at me with manipulation. Whoever is seeing you this way, they know that, but they admire that. Tell me more about the Queen of Wands, because someone is definitely seeing the Queen of Wands as their happiness. Somebody is seeing that as the person that they want to go toward. Two of Cups in the reverse. So a twin flame scenario where two people have been apart. This has been a situation where there has not been the healing. In fact, I feel like everything's been put on ice. Everything has just been stuck, has been stagnant. I feel like, honestly, this is the first time I've ever looked at this card this way. I feel like they're in a dungeon. Um, like in the tucked away someplace where there has been, it's almost like somebody has lost color in their hair. They've been tucked away, stuck for a very long time. It feels to me like whoever this is who's finally found the energy to choose what they authentically want, to come forward. If they have been in a difficult situation, if they have been in like an emotional dungeon, some dark place, it's almost like they have atrophied. It's almost like they have, their hair has gone white. They have lost color. They have lost the freshness of good health, because that's what, when we live inauthentically, it can really damage a lot of other parts of our life. It damages our health sometimes, even, because we are under so much constant stress, the stress of trying to pretend to be something we're not, or keeping ourselves in a situation we don't belong in. This looks like during this time of separation. Look, all I can say is that to me, this looks like the Queen of Wands here with that dark, glorious hair, and she looks super healthy. Somebody's been well nourished and been taking care of themselves, and the other person seems to be the one who is really the cause, perhaps, of this separation, is also the one who, believe it or not, has suffered more, because they've been the ones living in an inauthentic energy. I think that's a kind of a significant message there, because on one hand, it kind of seemed like, okay, so the Queen of Wands, why wasn't she respected? Why wasn't she handled properly? But, at the beginning, when I said it seems like this is to be handled with care, this whole story has been, to begin this story is to handle this with care. Whomever was responsible for the separation is the one who's actually been in a more difficult set of circumstances somehow. Now, obviously, we've got the Queen of Wands again in the upright. So while someone has been in this dungeon, losing energy, aging prematurely, it's the first time I've ever seen that on this card as well. I just have to point that out. This is like an emotional, energetic drain that this person has been through. Something has aged them, as the word exsanguinated is coming to mind. Okay, so like their very life force energy has been drained, and the thing that has kept them somehow going even while they've been in whatever this dungeon or equivalent of a dungeon has been, is the thought of the Queen of Wands. To see the Queen of Wands on either side, this is a real strong message. The thing that has been the most powerful thought for this person has been, I even think that the Queen of Wands has somehow given them the courage, slowly but surely, to think about standing up for themselves. Wait a second, if the Queen of Wands can do this, why can't I? Libras, you may have told this person, you cannot come toward me and give me your crumbs. You don't get to do that. You give me what I'm worthy of, or you have to get gone. Go back to the dungeon that you're going to stay in. I'm not going to be someone who gets stuck in a dungeon with you. And that might have really impacted them more than what you could ever dream. All this time they've stayed stuck. Somehow that has been the thought that kind of, chewed away in their mind and gave them some kind of strength to think, you really mean it. You really have self-respect. You truly do what is right for you. You truly live authentically. That is a huge thing, to be able to live completely authentically. And the fact that no matter what, they have this respect for you. And this is very beautiful. This is not two different queens. This is how important you have been. It's like, even if they tried to forget you everywhere they turn, there's a thought of you. And they may be getting a ton of like reminders of you all the time right now, especially because they are going through some huge, I'm going to say transformation, but they're letting go of something right now. I also, you notice how in both cases, she's wearing, a headpiece that has what I can only liken to the same sun that they are drawn to, the same. It's like, whether or not you know it, you may be sending out like a beacon of strength right now to this person. What an interesting thing. If that is what is giving them the courage to break free from the dungeon that they have been in, is some kind of an impulse that you have been sending out. That's beautiful. Okay, so where is this taking us? We've got the 10 of Cups, the Emperor, and the 4 of Pentacles. So here's the thing. This person doesn't just want to come back in. There is something about Okay, so I get this image of somebody arm wrestling, and you know, just at the moment when you go, oh yeah, that person's totally gonna lose, and then instead they have that extra burst of energy and it goes the opposite direction, and the person you did not think was gonna win that arm wrestling competition wins. That's kind of what's going on here. This person's coming back in for the full-on 10 of cups. They're coming back in for the true happiness. They're coming back in for this incredible amount of success. They're coming back in their strongest vibe. So while they may have been someone who was a prisoner at one point in time, they are setting themselves free. And they're not just a prisoner who's gained their freedom now. They are somebody who is actually, it's like a metamorphosis that this person has gone through. They're stepping up to the person that they have been on the inside for a long time that they kept masked. It's weird because you wouldn't normally think that an emperor would put a mask on to pretend to be a prisoner, but this person has. They maybe they needed to meet you to see that you saw them in that way before they believed it themselves. I don't know if that'll make sense to anybody out there, but there's something about your energy and you showing not faltering in your self-respect, but also still telling them that you expected more of them because you know that they are more. You know that they can be more. You know that they would have a place beside you. That the only reason a Queen of Wands gives anybody her energy is because she thinks that they are her equal. Something about you having loved this person actually slowly, and I do think this was a slow situation, somehow it did start to register that, wait a minute, somebody as amazing as you loved me, but you don't love just anybody. In fact, you're pretty hard to get to. In fact, you're pretty much, nobody gets a shot with you, but I got a shot with you. And all this time, I kept thinking that I wasn't anything, but somehow you thought I was something. It's like there is something about your love that you gave to this person that has actually finally made them believe in themselves. That's what this story is. And they're coming back in because they finally believe that they could really have happiness. They really truly could not only have happiness, but that they could be the version of themselves that you saw in them. They didn't maybe see it, or they had to wear that mask. They had to be the role of a prisoner when all the while they were an emperor. This person really has gone through a major transformation. You know, I kind of feel like there's so much transformational energy happening everywhere right now. There's a lot of discomfort right now, a lot of real angry messages that I'm seeing, a lot of really volatile people are behaving strangely. They're sending me weird messages. There's all kinds of strange things going on right now in the collective. And the more I see that, the more I'm like, okay, so everybody's going through, like, I feel like we're miming that we're in a box and really want to get out of it. But the box is invisible, right? We can step out anytime we want. Somebody is having this revelation. Now, Libra, I'm sorry that this should be your reading and it's not touching on you at all, unless you identify as this person who has had to wear a mask, who's now stepping up to your level of confidence. And maybe that is true. Maybe you're just now going after the happiness that you deserve. And you can read it that way. I mean, absolutely. This whole thing could be the reverse. It could be, Libra, that somebody has loved you so much and maybe you pushed them away. And now you are finally saying, wait a second, they really loved me because I am worthy. In fact, I'm more than what I've given myself credit for. Wait a second. That's flipping fantastic. And I want that Queen of Wands. And I want to come in and I want to show the Queen of Wands what kind of a love we could have, because this is real. This is true happiness here, and this is within reach. This is the thing that no matter how long someone's been in that dungeon, the Four of Pentacles, yes, they have held back, but they've also held on. Those memories don't go away. The idea of, but there was real love here. There was something real here. That's the thing that stays. Now, obviously, this is not everyone's story. This is a story, right? It is not your story, But if there is a message in this that is inspirational, hopefully it is always the positive message. The positive message that I see in this is no matter where we are in life, hopefully we always take off our mask and we live to be exactly who we are. I mean, maybe we choose different vocabulary so we don't get kicked off YouTube. Maybe we don't cuss. But beyond that, hopefully we pretty much express who we are. We allow others to have their beliefs and opinions and ideas, but we also hold true to our own. But at the same time, we show our own self-confidence with who we are, what we believe in, and who we are. We don't allow ourselves to get trespassed on. We don't permit people to send, the messages that would diminish us. Instead, it's like, well, you won't be sending those messages my way again. Yeah, I'm going to show you what I'm worth. I don't accept breadcrumbs. I accept only the true, full commitment that I am worthy of. But it's done not with an attitude of, I'm worth more than you. This is the reverse. This whole reading is to say, when we love someone, it is only because we think that they are so valuable. And that's the message that is carrying through. Whoever it was that was with you, they were only with you because they saw you as valuable as well. No matter what other problems there were, the only reason two people come together is because they see the other one as valuable. There is something valuable about each individual. So throughout all the hurt and all the pain, the truth is, no matter what, a relationship begins at least with somebody who sees an individual as valuable, whether or not they can keep up or whether or not they let fear, overwhelm or whatever it may be. That's, we all go through all of those contradictions and confusions, but this reading is very much about dropping the mask, loving ourselves, realizing that we are worthy and realizing that someone else thought we were worthy as well. And it's very soothing, it's very healing, and there is a chance for true happiness here. So I'm going to leave this one as it is. I don't know if you guys will love it or hate it. Take care, everybody. I do wish you the best, though, always, and the lightest and brightest. And if you're having a rough day today, I send you lots of love and lots of support. Mwah. Bye.